We're on. Hi everyone, welcome to Kickback Recovery. I'm just going to give it a couple of minutes to try and get some viewers watching. Really new to this, we've never gone live at Kickback Recovery before. So it's our trial run. We're just going to see how it goes, so just give it a minute. So hope everybody's all right. Welcome to Kickback Recovery. I'm just going to give it we've got 2. Hi to the 2 people, we've got 6, wow. So we have got over 22,000 followers worldwide. I don't know how many people this will reach, hopefully it'll get out there. I know people will have commitments, it's a Monday, be at work, families, gym, and so often. So I just want to say thank you for the people that are watching at the moment and supporting us at Kickback Recovery. We've got 11 up to now, 12, brilliant stuff. Feeling quite nervous, to be honest. I've been to the toilet about 4 times in the last 5 minutes. I've spoke to a lot of people, public speaking before, and do a lot of work throughout the week. But this live stuff, it's quite scary. But hopefully we're going to get used to it and grow more confident and carry that message of recovery. Spread hope in what we're doing. We've got 16. Right, I'm going to start. So once again, just thank you for the people that are tuning in. My name's Mick. I work at Kickback Recovery. I'm the founder, CEO. Our charity is an organisation that supports people with addiction problems, alcohol problems, the mental health that comes along with that, and also their affected family members. And we do that through a programme of connection. We're not a 12-step fellowship. We're not a religious group. God is mentioned quite a lot at our meetings. The 12 steps are mentioned quite a lot at our meetings. Some people have a 12-step recovery program. Some people don't. Some people have faith. Some people don't. And that's all right. You know, whatever your program is, you know, we live and let live. Our program is a program of connection. We connect back into the community, leaving the isolation of active addiction behind. And we do that through regular Zoom meetings, one-to-one clinic appointments in person, one-to-one Zoom meetings, recovery education, teachings, and group therapy sessions, exercise. That's our program. And the main thing is connection. We're connecting back into the community. We're leaving the isolation of active addiction behind. Where when we're stuck at home, when we're isolating, we're pulling away from the program, whatever program you're working. We become unwell, don't we? We need to stay connected. We need to live in the solution, and connection is the solution. So yeah, I'm grateful for my life I've got today. I'm coming up to December. I'll be 6 years free from all my mood-altering substances. I don't know how I've done that. Well, I do know how I've done that. I've done that by putting the action in that's needed to get well, and I do that daily. Constantly working a recovery program, staying connected, doing what's needed to be done, helping other people. And I'm blessed today to be working at Kickback Recovery. I came out of rehab about 7 years ago. I came out and I started working a recovery program. I went straight to Narcotics Anonymous. I've been to Alcoholics Anonymous before while I was in rehab. I got introduced to AA, NA, CA. I've been to Sex and Lovers Anonymous. I've been to Overeaters Anonymous. You know, I've got the illness of addiction, you know, and it's with me most days, you know. It shows itself in lots of symptoms. I put the drink down, I put the drugs down, but it still shows itself. You know, I have to rest it daily by doing what's needed, and that's what I do. So what we want to do at Kickback Recovery is, we are a registered charity. Kickback will be celebrating 5 years as a community, let's say a community project, a peer-led group, in November the 17th. So that's the story of it, how it was born was, I came out of rehab, I went to NA, I worked a program, I got myself 7.5 months abstinent, but I had this little voice talking to me saying, you know what, do you think you can use again? Do you think you can, this time, you know, use at weekends. The drug of, I'd say, no choice for me was cocaine, crack, and along with porn. I was obsessed with porn. I'll be honest, you know what I mean? I'm here to be honest, I'm not here to lie. You know, I was lost in the porn, in the Class A stimulants. I become very unwell, incredibly spiritually unwell. You know, that took me to 2 rehabs. 45-year-old, a broken man in a rehab, introducing himself at a meeting, saying, my name's Mick and I'm an addict. You know, and there was a lot of shame in that, a lot of guilt and embarrassment, and I found that hard to kind of come out of my mouth. But through staying at the rehab, getting an understanding of addiction, that for many years I thought I was absolutely crazy. I was unwell. I thought I was a bad person. I learnt about addiction. I met other people who had the same illness as myself. You know, and I got an understanding what addiction was, and I worked a program, and I learned, and I went into lectures, and I went to meetings, and I've got some peace from that. Eventually I got clean. You know, I did experience relapses, lapse, blips, a lot of pain. You know, obviously I had enough pain. You know, I thought I could go out there, use differently. You know, I always thought that I could do it my way, and through lots of pain and misery, I learned that I can't do it. You know, I can't use drugs successfully. Any drugs, it always ends in tears, lots of pain, hurting people, long periods of isolation. You know, even when I put the drugs down, I'm still recovering. At my story, it took me to a really dark place where I was just locked in a bedroom. I was just obsessed with porn, Class A substances. I was injecting steroids. You know, I didn't wash, I didn't clean. At times I went over a week without sleep. You know, I was crazy. What? That weren't in the plan that I had when I was kind of climbing my social ladder, and obsessed with business and materialistic things, and you know, always looking for something more. Whatever I was doing, it were never enough. I wanted a bit more. And I thought that was, you know, I thought I was just really eager to get on in life. You know, I thought I was blessed with that. But when I look and I know about addiction now, addiction's always been with me from being young. You know, yeah, I've got that understanding of what addiction is, and it's always been with me. It showed itself from being very young, and it still shows itself today in certain. It could be sugar, it could be people, it could be places, it could be things that I get obsessed with. You know, I'm not using drink, I'm not using drugs, I'm not watching what I used to watch and being obsessed with. But I'm still some days not that well, where it could be obsessing over sugar and food and people and TV and box sets and so on. So I have to work this program, which I do daily. And today it's a good day. You know, like I say, I'm quite nervous. I've done lots of things, public speaking before, but to come on live is a little bit, wow, who'll be watching, who not. I'm open to criticism. You know, I'm making myself vulnerable. You know, but what we want to do at Kickback is we do lots of good work, and what my plan is, or should I say our plan, it's not about me these days, it's about we. Let go of all this I, and me. It should be we and us. And that's what it is today. So let's say we have come up with the idea of, let's go live a few times a week, let's stay connected, let's shine this hope. Let's involve people who can't get to Kickback recovery meetings. Let's go live, let's say at least for the first hour, around the teachings, you know, sharing the knowledge, the understanding of addiction, and sharing the hope, the experience, the strengths, and how to get well and maintain being well. For the people out there, there'll be somebody somewhere watching this, sat at home on their own, or might be sat, they might be laid in bed, they might be depressed, they might have curtains shut, they might have a blanket, quilt over their head. They might be thinking, you know what, I've had enough. I've just had enough. You know, I don't want to go on anymore. So what we want to kind of get the message out there, that lots of people at our groups, our members, our service users, family, have been there before. Today, we don't want to live like that. We want to get out there, we want to get out into the sunlight, you know, become productive members of society, get back to work, education. I'm a 53-year-old man, you know. I've just started getting into education. I left school with nothing. I've since then, when I came out of rehab, I decided to do some, you know, counselling skills, some peer mentoring, get involved with meetings, be of service, lots of volunteering, get involved with the Sheffield recovery community that really did help me, give me some purpose, you know, helped a lot of people. We're into hundreds of people that we've helped. I feel a bit embarrassed saying this, but if there is anybody out there, would you please press share and like this and invite people to our page? It's not begging, it's just we want to get as many followers as we can and build this community up and become something really special, and give something back. And we can all get involved with that. We can all do our bit to give something back, even from your armchair at home, even if you're sat in bath or even laying in bed depressed. It's just pressing a share button, a like, you know, a little comment, some positivity, you know, it all helps. And I am aware that, like I said, a bit scary that there will be negative people out there, but that's all right, you know. I'll pray for those people, you know. I'm just trying to do the next right thing. And for Kickback, this is progression. This is where we are, where we've got a tool here, we've got Facebook, we've got an opportunity of sharing our teachings, our knowledge through social media and helping people. And that's what we want to do. Hopefully it will take off, but like I say, I'm very new to it. It's the first time I've gone live on Kickback. You know, what we're trying to set up is hopefully an opportunity to raise funds for our charity as well. And to do that, we have to go live. We have to get so many live hours in before we get these opportunities. But we're not out there begging. Our main priority, our main primary purpose is to help the still suffering. To a bit of 12-step stuff going off. You know, I have a 12-step recovery foundation. But I'll be honest, you know, I love the 12 steps and all what it does, and it's helped and it's proven. But for me, myself, in my recovery journey, I'd worked really hard to get clean and get well. And I wanted to celebrate that, and I wanted to make that recovery visible and put it out there in the community. And that's what I did. I went on social media and said who I am, what I do, and what we're trying to do. And bang a recovery drum and say, hey, come on, you know what I mean? Recovery is possible. Let's celebrate it. Let's not live in the shadows. You know, it's you know, I'm proud to be a recovering addict. Let's get out there. Let's show people that recovery is possible. No matter how lost you are or in it, you know, we can get out of it. And the way to get out of it is to connect to the like-minded, you know, the recovering addicts, the ones who've wore the T-shirts, the ones who've got a story to tell. You know, get involved with them and listen to what's suggested and get involved. Even though your head's telling you, turn it off. What's he on about? You know, I'm not going to them meetings. I feel safer sat at home. I feel safer in my comfort zone, in my comfort blanket. You know, the illness, the mental health, the disease will tell you not to. You know, it wants to keep you on your own. It wants to get at work. It wants to ruin you. Eventually it wants to take your life. And we have lost people, and that's the reality of it. And there'll be lots of people that will sadly lose their lives through addiction as well. But if we can make that just that small bit of difference, you know, that's saying if we can just help one person, well, yeah, great. But if we can help just 100 people or 200 people as a community working together to carry that message, it's good news. It's definitely good news. So that's what we're trying to do. So I'm going to go live a couple of times this week, just waffling on whatever, and then hopefully Thursday, I'm going to invite you around about 5:30 live to an hour of recovery teachings. And I don't want it to put anybody off. If people are thinking of coming to a Kickback meeting, thinking, whoa, they're going to put me on Facebook and that. We're not. The camera's going to be on me and a whiteboard or a screen, the topic. But if there is certain people who do want to like get involved in a bit, we can, when we open it up for people to give feedback on what we're talking about, we can put the camera on you and you can do your little bit, but don't let that scare anybody off, because we're going to have a part of the room where for people who don't, you know what I mean, they don't want their anonymity, let's call it, broken or anything, they can sit in a corner and it's well out of the way of any camera screen. And what we'll do when we go into the second half, the share time, we'll turn the live stream off. But we just want to share this knowledge and you know, and make it attractive to people who are out there that recovery is possible. You know, let's break this stigma. Let's not live in them dark ages about how bad recovery is. You know, yeah, we're sick people, or we was sick people. We were never bad people. We were just people who lost their way through life, through trauma, through experimentation, through being curious. You know, nobody wanted to be a drug addict or an alcoholic. You know, it's what we did have the choice at first. You know, to try that first drug, that drink, but over time that choice was taken away from us. You know, we didn't have a choice anymore. The addiction was alive, the disease was alive, and there were no stopping it. You know, we were powerless. But today we do have a choice. You know, today I do have a choice. You know, I wasn't responsible for my addiction because I knew nothing about it. I didn't really know what addiction was. I just knew that I just wanted to use drugs, watch porn, act out in certain behaviours. It was all about me, self-serving, you know, self-obsessed, very selfish. It was all about me, what I could get out of life and people. And today it's totally different. I've had to let all that go. And I let that go by coming to Get Back Recovery and working a programme. And for me, I have faith. You know, it's not for everyone, but that's what saved me. You know, I couldn't do it on my own. I needed something a lot bigger because I tried and tried and tried and failed and failed and failed. And I had that many times broken and sat in a mess, you know, physically, mentally, you know, and I reached out for help. I asked for help to help me because it helped me with something I can't help myself with, and I got that prayer answered. But like I said, we're not a religious group. We're not all far from it. I'm going to wrap it up at that. So I think that's about it. I just want to say thank you for the people that have listened to this. In future, if you can share, like our page, when we go live, share it. You know, hopefully there'll be somebody that it gets shared to that really needs to listen to what's been kind of either teached or spoke about, or what somebody else at a meeting shares. You know, everybody carries a message. Even if you've just fresh in your first evening at Kickback Recovery, you will have a message, whether it is to another newcomer or it is to somebody like myself who's been around for quite a bit now that still needs reminding of the misery that's out there if I pick a drink or a drug up again. It's all there waiting for me. All I have to do is just pick that first drink up, ring that dealer. You know, I can have it all back just like that, you know. Anyway, God bless everybody, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.